Can you ever love emails? It's a strange question to start off this lovely week, but it's a good question. People hate them, some people love them, or do they? So, episode 246 with me, John, Marketing for Owners. You know the score. I help you create a self-marketing company. A company so efficient that it does all its marketing for you whilst you do what you want to be doing. You could be on holiday, you could be doing other work, you could be having a lie-in at home or a sleep-in, whatever you call it. No matter, you do what you like. I'll show you how, don't you worry. So those emails, for most, the term email when it's mentioned just brings up every negative thought in your head. Ugh, emails, spam, hassle, time suck, everything associated with it. Ugh, I've got to deal with emails. Ugh. So, can you ever love them? I would say yes. Emails can be your friend. They may be a love-hate relationship, but it still can be your friend. Now, first of all, there are many email providers. I know when I speak to a lot of people that many don't quite understand the concept of the email system. So a lot of people use what they're given. For example, if you sign up for your internet with AT&T, you use their email system. If you sign up for your internet with British Telecom, BT, or Sky in the UK, you just use their email system. However, I would challenge you, first of all, to change it. Do not accept what you're given. Now, the reason for that, these people are not email specialists. Pick an email specialist. My choice, and everything we base things on, is Gmail, Google's Gmail. And let me explain why. First of all, it's free. Da-da! It's not only free, but Google put a lot of effort in and they develop it continuously. You don't even notice in the background. Secondly, Google hate spam more than you do. It clogs up their internet filters and their search terms. So Google knows how to remove spam. And I have used Hotmail, which is now live. I've used Outlook. I've used Webmail. I've used BT, and I've used all sorts. None of them. Oh, and we've used special software, special purchased email software from specialists. None of them do what Gmail does. There are things like Spam Assassin and all kinds of software that you can use, but you have to whitelist people. You have to check stuff to say, yes, this is okay. No, that isn't. And let the system learn. Gmail just knows. It's very, very, very rare that stuff gets through. And I mean, so a lot of people will be saying, well, yeah, I have spam. I get spam in my inbox, still in Gmail. But if you do, you obviously get a lot of emails, and you look at your spam, it is chocker with the stuff. It's a massive weight off. When we changed at my business, and by the way, as a business, you tend to use Google Apps, which is the paid version because it has control. So if you've got like 15 or 20 staff, you don't want them all running their own personal accounts. You want a simple systemized approach. And it's like, is it $5 a month or $50 a year or £3.30 a month in the UK? Something like that. I think you can afford it for the hassle. Our admin person who used to organise the looking after the software and the spam and the keeping everything up to date, it was her biggest headache, and that's why we got the software. It was removed her one job from her. She just didn't have to do it. She was actually amazed. She just didn't have to do that anymore. Anyway, so that's that. That's the first bit. Gmail also comes with lots of other things called Google Docs. It gives you free Google Drive storage. I'm not trying to sell this for Gmail, but it gives you free online spreadsheets, docs, PowerPoints, and forms that are just synced in the cloud everywhere. Go and have a look. And I wouldn't be telling you this if it wasn't darn good. I've been doing this stuff for years. Seriously, put it all through Gmail. Then, for emails, when you get what's called a lead, when you do lead generation, you can use something like Aweber or MailChimp or ConvertKit or things like that, or Infusionsoft. There's others, Constant Contact, iContact, there's loads of them. But the ones I mentioned are the better known ones, and the ones that we use, by the way. When you're collecting email addresses and names to email out marketing messages to, use these. That way you avoid ending up in the spam. I won't explain, but use them. They save it in a database. They have people on their staff who work with people like Gmail, Outlook, Microsoft for Live or Hotmail, AOL, BT, Sky, to make sure that your stuff is getting whitelisted and getting through their spam stuff, because they have certain controls as to what gets in their database and so on. So use those. This makes it easier. Now, once you start using a marketing system, an email marketing system, say like MailChimp, and I say MailChimp because the basic one is free for up to 2,000 names in the thing, so you can test it without having to spend any money. You can send out a newsletter to your customers, and it just does it. It just works. It has templates. It's going to look professional. When your customers get it, they can unsubscribe with one click. You're not breaking any laws. So this makes emailing out a lot easier. So this isn't, and just get that understood, Aweber, MailChimp, etc. are not for sending email messages and replies like that. This is an email marketing system for keeping a database of all your customers and sending them messages such as offers or newsletters or updates or information or things like that. So that is different. You should not be doing that on your own email system. But once you use one of these and you find the templates, you'll start to love it. It's not a chore. It's easy. It's really, really easy. And their information is fabulous because they want everyone to use their system. And they use it themselves. They're brilliant. But once you start with those couple of things, you can love emails again, because emails get your message across. They are the fastest way. They are free. It's much easier than phoning people. However, if people need to be phoned, if they're the type that phoned you, emailing them a response may not work. They may prefer the telephone, so remember that. But for most, email is simple. When you go on holiday, you can put a message on that says, hey, I'm away until X date. In the meantime, please contact my colleague on phone or at email, something like that. All automated. If you don't want people emailing you all day, you can put a message in there that says, thanks for your message. It's very important. We respond to emails at between 12 and 12:30, between 9 and 9:30, and at 4 o'clock each day. If it's more urgent, please phone us. That's a good way of getting people's expectations. People say, oh gosh, that's a good idea. They won't say, they'll phone you. If they don't know your phone number, it won't be that important, will it? Okay, there's all ways around this. In Gmail, there are what are called canned responses. So if you get if you're a blogger and you get pitches from PR companies saying, do this, do that, you can just reply with a canned response, a one-click that has a message. Say, thank you for your inquiry. However, we don't actually do, or something like that. Or if you want to do something like this, we charge you. It will be, please get in touch with us. Let us know if you want to take it any further. You can love email again, but what I say, don't accept what you're given. Don't use your ISP email. Use Gmail, and for your marketing, MailChimp, Aweber, ConvertKit. You don't need to really bother. I haven't used the others. You don't need to bother with any others because they do it. Start with MailChimp. That's that out of the way. It's Monday, time for a book for the week. Today, we're going to cover, I actually thought I'd mentioned this before. This is such a darn good book. I thought I'd mentioned it before. This is from Chris Ducker. It's called Virtual Freedom. It's funny because on another podcast, I was trying to remember this and trying to mention it. I couldn't remember the name of the book for the life of me. But if you Googled, email on my mind now, if you Googled Chris Ducker, you would find it. Chris is an English guy who now lives in the Philippines, lived in the Philippines for a number of years. And he knows the system inside and out. He's got a call center and a business there, employs a lot of people. And he's developed a virtual staff finder system where you can find, he acts as an intermediary for you if you're looking for lower priced labour, skilled labour in the Philippines. But his book, with his experience of all this, his book explains how as an early entrepreneur, he burnt out and ended up in hospital and he had to figure out how to delegate, yes, and how to hire. And he figured it out. He explains this entire journey. Chris is great. His blog at chrisducker.com is great. His periscopes are good. His podcast is good. He's a very likable guy, very well connected. But the book is excellent. If you don't get value and learn about delegating some tasks and how to delegate them from that, I'll eat my hat. I haven't got a hat, but you know what I mean. Go read it. Let me know what you think. I'll see you tomorrow.